Did you know, with some small tweaks, the SoundCloud algorithm can help you get thousands of listeners and plays? In this video, we're diving into SoundCloud algorithm hacks to show you how to get more SoundCloud plays, followers, and listeners. Let's do this. Now, before we dive in, let's have a bit of a background. At Data Transmission, we've built over 300,000 subscribers with over 150 million streams across our 7 accounts over the last 12 years. This includes our channels on Data Transmission Radio, Data Transmission Drum and Bass, New Techno, and our accounts for our record labels, and obviously the main Data Transmission channel as well. So these tips that I'm going to give you today aren't just theory, they're actually what we practice every single day. Recent data from SoundCloud shows that electronic music fans across SoundCloud are the most engaged on the platform. These listeners are 52% more likely to comment, 104% more likely to share music, 85% more likely to repost tracks to their own pages and channels. And this high-level engagement shows that SoundCloud is a key platform for electronic music artists, DJs, and producers for getting discovered and getting their music found first. Now you know why these tips are coming from experience. Let's jump into some game-changing things that have been happening at SoundCloud with their AI over the last 6 to 9 months. Trust me, this is a unique opportunity to jump out of the 0 plays and get up to 1,000 plays for free from SoundCloud using their AI in the SoundCloud Next Pro accounts. If you're not already doing this, then you're definitely leaving plays on the table. We're going to jump into my computer in a minute and show you how to do this. But before we do that, let's chat about why it helps and why it works. As I said, this feature is only available on SoundCloud Next Pro accounts, so it's worth signing up and paying the $7.99 a month to have a Next Pro account. I see the Next Pro account as a real basic operational cost for you as a DJ and producer in your DJ business. That £7.50 you pay a month, or whatever it is in dollars in your country, is a basic marketing cost for you as a DJ. You can access more powerful tools within SoundCloud to help your tracks find more plays and more potential listeners. And your music's going to get heard at the end of the day. Think of it this way, for a couple of coffees every month, SoundCloud is going to give you more plays and more reach on your music, which is going to get more people listening to your tracks. The AI recommendation tool isn't just an add-on, it's a way to break out of those 0 plays, and it's going to help you grow those tracks from the minute you upload them. And for all of you that are artists, DJs, and producers, when you've uploaded tracks and no one starts listening to your music, that's a big problem, right? And it's really upsetting, and it can be really disheartening when no one's listening to your music, which is why you've got to start using this opportunity within SoundCloud, within the new system they've built for you. Spotify made headlines recently by requiring you to get at least 1,000 streams on your tracks for it to start earning royalties. But the reality is millions of tracks sit with no streams at all on that platform. 0 plays and therefore 0 pay. SoundCloud, however, is flipping the script. As soon as you upload the track to SoundCloud, you can enable their AI powered on your Next Pro account, which then starts delivering you plays and starts pushing your track out to new potential fans. So instead of waiting for 1,000 plays to start earning, essentially you can start earning straight away on your tracks if you're using SoundCloud for Artists, which is also part of SoundCloud Next Pro. It's definitely a game changer for small artists and small emerging artists. You can start earning on your music, you can start getting plays on your tracks, and it's going to start potentially finding new fans. Essentially what the AI is going to do is going to look for people that have listened to your type of music before and your types of artists before. It's going to analyze your tracks, and it's therefore going to go and find people that are into the same genre and same music as your music and go and show that track to them in their listening queue. So people are going to find you and discover you through this cool AI system. I absolutely flipping love it. It's been delivering us more plays for Data Transmission and finding our tracks new fan base on our uploads, which is great. Okay, let's jump into my computer and I'll show you how to actually set it up. It's really, really simple. Okay, so we're in our brand new track on 63B, which I've just uploaded and is coming out on the 13th of November. So it'll be out by the time you're watching this video. Go and listen to it afterwards as well. It's already uploaded. We want to start getting some traction on this track before it sort of drops. And it's going to also help start pushing people to go and buy it on Traxsource, grab it on Bandcamp, and pre-order it on Beatport. And this is what we like to do at Data Transmission with our uploads. We like to push them out because we've got such a big network on SoundCloud. We want to get people listening to the tracks and building hype on the tracks before they drop. So it drives the pre-orders and drives the pre-sales. Really good for us from a label point of view and all of our labels. Now, you can see the upload. We've uploaded it a day ago. It's ready to go. So we look at this brand new section here. Want this track to reach more listeners. With Next Pro, you can get this track analyzed and recommended to the right listeners. Offer expires in, 12 days, and this is going to count down. Now, this is the AI part we were talking about a minute ago. Essentially, it's going to listen to your track, analyze it, and then start putting it in front of new people. And all I've got to do is click this enable button, and then it's done. This track will be recommended to the right audience. We're analyzing this track, and we'll share it for the next 7 days. This feature is exclusive to Next subscribers. And that's that done. It's going to start now, pushing it out. It's already got a couple of hundred plays from just our uploading in the last day, which is good. And it's going to start pushing it out and finding more fans. Super cool. that track is now going to get an immediate boost of plays and listeners, which is really what we want. Also, as I mentioned before, we can start monetizing the track through SoundCloud for Artists. By clicking up here into SoundCloud for Artists, I can jump into SoundCloud for Artists and monetize that track. And then essentially we're going to start earning off that track straight away. SoundCloud reports on average, Nextflow users get a 400% increase in listens, proof that it really drives and really works for you to be signed up to their platform. As I say, we have Nextflow for all of our accounts and it really helps us grow those accounts. As I mentioned earlier, I just see this as a real basic cost for you as an artist, and it should be part of your marketing strategy for you going forwards. Okay, so that's my first big tip. And if you want to make sure your tracks are showing up more in the search, then stick around because I've got 2 more killer tips for you that's going to help you get more listens, more plays, and more followers on your SoundCloud in 2024. And this is one of those hacks that most people don't know about, and it comes when it comes to tagging your tracks. Tagging your tracks is super important. Most artists skip this step, but this is actually where the real growth happens. On SoundCloud, tagging isn't just a label, it's one of the most powerful tools for getting your tracks noticed. Think of tags as keywords, like you would on other social media. SoundCloud essentially is an audio social media. It comes with commenting, it comes with likes, it comes with shares. It's a social media for music. So think of tags as keywords or hashtags, and that using those tags helps you categorize your track, and it helps you be searched with better SEO, so it comes up in people's search more often. The better you tag the track, the more discoverability the track is. And we start with the real basic tags, such as genre, and using one of the inbuilt tags in the genre selector is most important. So it's house or techno or hip hop or rock or pop or deep house or drum and bass. Using one of those tags is key. Then we're going to drill down in the actual tags section to really define what type of music it is. Is it melodic techno? Is it really deep house? Is it tech house? Is it deep tech? Or is it jungle or rolling drum and bass? Think about what the actual genre and where it's going to sit generally in those tags first and foremost. This balance between the really broad and the really specific tags are going to help your track get more categorized. And it's also going to help that AI show it to the right people that are into those more specific tags, which is going to help it land the right fans. Then we can level these tags up a little bit more. Now we're going to start thinking about moods. Mood tags help you set the atmosphere of the track. They're essential for finding the listeners in the right type of mindsets. For instance, if it's a laid back track, then we need to tag it as chilled. We need to tag it as down tempo. We need to tag it as relaxing or ambient. What type of mood might be people listening to when they're listening to this track? If the tag is a mix or a podcast, adding things like podcast, mix, live mix, mixtape, so the listeners automatically know what type of music it is they're going to get. And then adding tags that relate to when they might listen to the track as well, i.e. running, gym, workout, driving, after party, barbecue music. Really defining where people might find that track is going to help that track be more searchable within the search. Let's take this a bit further and level this up more by adding artist tags to your music as well. What type of artist might play this track? Now, if it's a tech house rolling music, you think it might be right in a Mark Knight set, tag it as Mark Knight, because anyone searching Mark Knight to find music by him, it's going to come up as music similar by him. If they like Mark Knight, then they're going to like your track too, because it's a similar vibe. If they like Jamie Jones, then tag it as Jamie Jones, because if they like his music and like what might come out in Hot Creations, then they're going to find your music too. Why does this work? Well, when listeners are searching for their favorite artists, you want to be in the mix with them. You're not saying it's a track by that person, you're saying it's a similar vibe to that person and a similar style of music to that person. So when they're searching for their favorite artists, your music's going to come up with it, giving you a real shortcut to finding an already engaged audience that are into that sound. Just remember, when you're tagging it, really listen to what the artists that are putting out right now and the music they're known for, and you're tagging it right, so you're not putting it in spaces where it doesn't need to be, and you're not potentially putting it into audience that don't really want to listen to that music, essentially putting people off before they even listen to it. If we want to level out one more time, let's go one more. And I know no one's telling you to do this. This is a tip that I was thinking about the other day. It's going to help you level it up even more. So we're tagging it as Mark Knight. Now, if you open up to Spotify and search for Mark Knight on Spotify, and you scroll down Mark Knight's page, there is a fans also like section. Now in that, it's going to give you a whole load of artists that are like Mark Knight. Now if they're searching for Mark Knight, they also might be searching for one of these fans also like, and that's going to give you some more names to put as tags on SoundCloud. It's going to give you artists that are similar to Mark that people might be searching for. If they're searching for Mark's music, then they could be searching for one of these other artists. Exact same example, right? If they're searching for Jamie Jones, go and search on Spotify Jamie Jones, and it's going to bring up his fans also like, and that's going to include Patrick Topping, the Martinez brothers, Rishi Ahmed. So you might put those names as your tags on SoundCloud. So if they're searching for one of those artists, then your music's going to come up as well. This way, we're covering a broad range of artists that your music has a similar vibe and similar style to, that if someone likes one of those artists, they're going to find your track. And by tagging them with those sort of fans also like, you're then putting your track into the same space as those artists and their music. SoundCloud's also going to see those tags, and it's going to see that you're getting played with similar artists, so that when it starts using its AI to recommend your track to other potential fans from using the tip from tip 1, they might have listened to Martinez Brothers, another person might have listened to your track because they searched for Martinez Brothers and found your track. It's then going to put it after a Martinez Brothers track, and so forth, and it's going to expand the reach and potential reach of that music by using the right tags. This creates a tagging strategy for your music that goes beyond anyone else is showing you right now, and it's going to get your music deeply embedded to that genre's community. Using those artist tags is going to strategically put your music into the same space as those artists' music. If they find those tracks and those artists, they're going to find you too. It's super simple, super powerful, and it's going to expand the reach of your music and get you more plays on SoundCloud. This small effort and this little bit extra research when uploading your track is going to really extend the reach of your tracks. But don't leave yet, I've got one more big tip for you, and this comes when it comes to playlists, how to improve the SEO of your uploads on your tracks and your playlists. Now your tags are set, let's take this a step further. We need to start thinking about what you put on your tracks, in your descriptions, in your titles, and also you start using playlists to really ramp up your discoverability for the music and your other things like your mixes, your remixes, your free downloads, but also your own tracks, including them in your own playlists to help the discoverability of your music against other popular music in that genre. The first thing you need to do is take the tags that you've just used in your tag section and take some information about your track. Why was it made? What type of people was it made for? What moments was it made for? Is it kind of a techno main stage mix? Is it a track that's more ready for your after party vibes or solid groove type vibes? What other artists are playing it? And take all that information and some information about you and put it all into ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, can you write me a description for SoundCloud that's maybe 2 paragraphs long, and let's see what it spits out, and make sure it uses the keywords into the information you're giving it. It's then going to spit you out a couple of paragraphs of text you can then include in the description of your SoundCloud upload. And this is going to really help with the discoverability of that track or that mix on SoundCloud and on places like Google as well. And this is what's known as SEO, search engine optimization. It's about basically making it really easy for people to find your music for things they're already searching for within SoundCloud or Google. Take that extra moment and do it on every track you're uploading. The next thing to do is use playlists for your music. As you would do on Spotify, make a playlist of tracks that you're into. It doesn't have to be just your own music, include other people that are killing it in your genre and music you're supporting or music you're playing in your DJ sets, and make a playlist of those tracks. And think about the title of your tracks. Think of it if it's your latest tech house weapons. People are searching for tech house playlists. If you're a drum and bass DJ and you've got a playlist of your drum and bass rollers that you're into, make a playlist and keep that playlist updated with all the latest tracks that you're playing, but also include your own tracks in there. Because you're including those tracks in a playlist, SoundCloud AI is going to recognize that your track has been played after someone else's track and played before somebody else's track. It's going to start grouping those tracks together so that when it's recommending your track from our analysis right at the start, it's going to then start sharing your track after that track to potential new fans. And it combines all the things we've been talking about in this video so far into one space by creating a playlist of music that your fans and your potential new fans are going to be into too. Yes, you can use playlists for your own mixes, your own releases, your own free downloads, and this is definitely key to keep your page organized so when people land on your page, they can find what's going on for you. But making a playlist that's just about the music you're playing as artists and DJs is so key for growing on SoundCloud. And you can make playlists with different vibes. Maybe you have a running playlist that you use for your own running, but other people might like for their running. Maybe it's a disco running playlist. I have one for myself. I can only run at a certain speed and I run at a disco pace, so therefore I have a disco running playlist. Others might have a drum and bass or techno running playlist, and others might need that same playlist, so they're going to search for that on SoundCloud and use that for that same activity. By doing this playlist on SoundCloud and really curating it and keeping it updated, it's going to then find followers. It's going to have people that are following it and reposting it to their own page, which is then extending the reach of the tracks in that playlist, which includes your own music. Also, it's going to give you stuff to talk about on your social media when you don't have any releases or don't have any gigs. You can say on every week, I've updated my SoundCloud playlist, and that's going to keep you on the minds of all your potential fans and audience, and also new fans if you share it on your social media as well. With these few strategic changes to your titles, your descriptions, your tagging, and using AI, it's going to really ramp up the potential for new plays for you going forward. Take those few minutes extra to spend a bit more time working out the best tags, take a few minutes extra to work out the best descriptions, to really make your tracks searchable, to really make that path to new fans, to you, really, really easy on SoundCloud. If you want to grow your tracks more, then I've made you a brand new free download guide to help you grow on SoundCloud this year. And I've put a link to that in the top of the description, so go and click on it and grab it right now. Grab that now, and then I'm going to show you in the next video how to take some more advanced steps to growing more plays and more listeners and more followers on SoundCloud going forward. And if you're serious about building a following on SoundCloud, you want to watch this video next, because I'm going to show you some stuff that you've never seen. I'm going to show you how you might be using SoundCloud wrong and some fresh ideas on how to use SoundCloud going forward. I've been Graham Farmer. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you in this one. Jump into this now. I'll see you over there. See you soon. Bye.